All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining on time and being early for our session. So today we are going to talk about the shopping season checklist and what are the merchandising tools that you can leverage, as well as we'll deep dive into a little bit on ads as well. So today we're very happy to have Hui Qi, our ads manager, to join in as well. And then Rin will also be joining for the Q&A later on. So we're going to start now. My name is Chin Lang, the trainer in Amazon Seller Education team. Now, I hope everyone can hear me. If you can't, please do let me know at the chat box. And I think in the interest of time, we will start now. So while more people is joining in. All right, so we will be sharing the recording link as well after the session, so don't worry. And then again, any questions, feel free to put it at the Q&A box. All right, these are just some important notice to take note of. And this is the topic we'll be covering. So first of all, just to give an idea of what is the so-called sales peak season. So at Amazon, we do understand that consumers have different shopping needs at different time of the year. And of course, for Q4, there's a couple of shopping seasons coming up. You would have received some information when you log in on Seller Central, etc. So during this period, we'll create like the promotional events on the different channel to encourage consumer to shop on Amazon. So you as a seller yourself can also leverage on several tools that I'll be sharing to conduct your marketing and promotion activities. So how to be well prepared? Now, first of all, we're going through a little bit about selection. So this is something that probably you would have done your initial selection at the start, but during the shopping season, you might also think on your portfolio, what are the different product life cycle and your profit margin and your historical sales, if any. All right, so for some of these products, you might think of listing them early in advance and to use leverage on discount coupon, etc., to build up the volume and your sales ranking. And then also do take into considerations in the different festive shopping needs and the consumer motive during the period, like Christmas or even for other top tier event, there will be different kind of consumer behavior that you need to be aware of. So on listing optimization, I think in the last sessions on series 2, we already talked about it. So I won't go through too in depth about this, but you can go and watch the recording on series 2. So these are just some key points that I will go through. Now, the important thing to note is this checklist. There are the 6 items. So leave note and search term is to improve your product discoverabilities. And then the rest is more on your listing completeness and how can you enhance it further. All right, again, I will run through this quickly and then you can rewatch the recording and pause accordingly. And I'll touch on any key points, if any. All right. So one thing to highlight again is very important, which is the what we call the listing quality dashboard. So during the last sessions, if you have not went in to take a look, it is also a good time to go in and take a look now after this session to see if there's any recommendation that is identified by the systems that you can improve on your current listing. All right, so I'll spend a little bit more time on the promotional type, which is one of the important things to note of if you are going to participate in the upcoming events, what we call it Prime Big Deal Day. All right, it's also important if you're not participating, but in the future for the BFCM or other event, you can get a sense of what are these promotional types about. Right, so these are the criteria. You don't have to remember it. So when you are trying to do any form of setting out a discount, the platform itself will let you know if you're eligible or not. So don't worry about the criteria, but it's good to know if you are planning to be participating using these promotional types, so you can plan and gear yourself towards achieving the criteria. Yep. So first of all is what we call the Prime Exclusive Top Deals. So this is actually over already. So if you did not receive any emails or outreach from Amazon, so it probably meant that your items may not be eligible to participate in top deals. But it's good to know. All right. So for lightning deal, now what is a lightning deal? So lightning deal will run for several hours on the event page. Like the name says, it's like a lightning deal just for a few hours. And there will be limited quantity deals that you can set up to a maximum quantity of units. So in order to leverage on these lightning deals, right, you would need to set a minimum of 20% discount off the reference price. Right, so reference price is the strike-through price that's shown on the detail page. All right. And then another part to note is you have to be the lowest price in the last 30 days. Right, this is just to say how do you submit a lightning deal. Now do note that for lightning deal, there will be a so-called what we call a base merchandising fee. So to participate in this deal, there will be a $300 USD fee. And then if you want to participate on the actual event day, there will be a $500 USD fee as well. So this is a one-time flat fee during the event that will be invoiced separately when the promotion ends. So Prime exclusive best deal, we call the so-called only for the Prime exclusive. Best deal is that you need to have a minimum of 15% discount off the reference price in order to run the Prime exclusive best deal. So it will appear on the so-called the sample page that you see under the best deal section. Now again, to participate in this Prime exclusive best deal during the event day itself, there will be a $1,000 USD fee charged to it. It's a one-time fee as well during the event. Yeah, however, this is also over already, so that's something you need to consider, in the future if you were to participate. So something that you can still do or leverage now is the Prime member coupon. Right, this is a point of sale discount offered for the single product or set of product. All right, you appear in the coupon pages or product detail pages and also in the search results. All right. So to participate in these Prime member coupons, you need to set a minimum of 20% discount off the current price. And then you have to set the customer segment targeting to Amazon Prime members. All right. So coupon is 100% self-service, meaning that you will go into the Seller Central under the advertising navigation and under coupons to create your coupon. So for coupon, do note that there will be a redemption fee of 60 cents USD for each coupons redeemed by the customers. All right. So another one we have is a Prime exclusive discount. All right, this is for all the Prime shipping eligible product. All right, and it's also exclusive to Prime members. And during the event, there will be an event badging, but in this sample, you can't see it. All right, so in order to participate in the Prime exclusive discount, you need to have a discount of 20% off your current price, and it's also the lowest price in the past trailing 30 days, and also 15% off the reference price. All right, so similarly, you go to advertising under Prime exclusive discount, you will be able to see the option. All right, so this one will open on the 21st, so this is something you can consider. On the 21st August, a few days later, when you go into Seller Central, you will be able to see this discount option available. And remember to check the box. So key thing to note, right? So on the 21st of August, you'll be able to see there's a checkbox there when you try to create your Prime exclusive discount that says, is this a Prime Big Deal Day event discount? All right. Now for the next one, the promotion time I'm going to talk about is more for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the dates are usually already public. If I'm not wrong, this year is around late November. I can't remember the exact dates. So these are the available promotional types that you can leverage on during the BFCM period. Right, the criteria are pretty similar. Again, I mentioned earlier on, top deals similarly. This one is something that is through invite only. So the account manager, or if you have account manager, you can work with him or her directly on how to participate in top deal during the event day. All right. So for BSCM, there is something what we call a best deal. So this best deal will run the 7 days of either the Black Friday week or the Cyber Monday week. All right, whichever that you select during the period. So it's like a 7-day period best deal. Right, so in order to participate in best deal, you need to offer a minimum of about 15% discount of the reference price. And similarly, it has to be the lowest price in the last 30 days. Yeah. All right. And for best deal, similarly, also they have a merchandising fee of $1,000 USD, one-time flat fee that will be invoiced separately to participate in the deals. Yeah. All right, I won't go through too much. This is similar to the Prime Big Deal event requirement as well. And similarly, the fee is also similar, right? To take note that to factor that in when you do your pricing strategy for your product, if you are going to participate in the deals. All right, similarly for coupons. All right. So for the criteria there as well, you need to have a minimum of 20% discount off. So even with 20%, or if you have a discount lesser than 20%, you will still qualify for the evergreen merchandising like the search badge or detail page badge, just that it won't appear or be selected on the coupon homepage during the event day. So to get the most out of your promotions, right, these are some of the quick tip. Use recommended ASIN. All right, so there will be recommendations update weekly when you log into Seller Central, or whether you receive any emails from Amazon regarding your recommendations. All right, so the recommendation may change. So when you see something, try to action it as soon as possible, and then to promote your top products. Right, during the during the event day as well. Focus on your top product to maximize your growth opportunity during the event. If you have not done so on your images, it's time to use good high quality image during the promotion period. All right. And also the optimize your listing using clear cut, concise bullet points, A plus content to share your brand message and unique product benefits. And also a quick tip on inventory and logistic. All right. So ensure you have sufficient stock in FBA. So I will also go through what are the FBA cutoff dates later on. So, and especially for the items that you plan on running deals, make sure you have the sufficient stocks in place, right? So another quick tip regarding account health. So account health is a section under in your Seller Central as well. So do check in every day, if you can 1 month before the event day, to make sure that there's no account health issues that arises. To make sure that if you were to run any promotion, it won't be affected due to account health issue. So go in daily to check, and then if there's any issue raised, it's a good time to rectify it as soon as possible before the event day. All right, so we will be going on to the Q4 peak season ad strategy that will be presented by Hui Qi. I will now pass the presentation over to Hui Qi.
Hope that everyone can see this. Okay. And thank you, Jin Liang, for taking us through, like some of the very important tips that goes hand in hand together with ad strategy. So, you don't just run ads independently, you also advertise your promoted ASINs. So it's something that we do together as one package leading up to Q4. So today, for the ad strategy, I will touch on three topics, which is the peak season three-phase ad strategy. Secondly, how to develop some ad strategy based on some of the goals that you might have. And of course, then I'll take you through a recap. So for the viewers that have previously watched some of my Prime Day webinars as well, or have come for Prime Day Ads Week, you will see that the strategy for end of year peak season, which is Black Friday, Cyber Monday in November, doesn't differ too much from Prime Day. The principles are the same. So please keep in mind, employ the same tactics, and essentially we can implement some of the best practices, learn from your Prime Day, and then implement it for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So just to recap again, in terms of our ad strategy, there are really just three phases when it comes to peak season, be it Prime Day exclusive discount or Black Friday, Cyber Monday. There is the preparation period, which is right before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So here I would say prepare 6 to 8 weeks in advance of Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So that would mean around middle to end of October, you should already start preparing for your ad campaigns and your budgets before you go big and go hard with your ad strategy during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And then afterwards, don't forget that the end of the year is a big kind of a gifting and shopping season for a lot of overseas consumers. So if you're selling in European or American marketplaces, gifting for Christmas is like something really big. So don't forget to continue your ad strategy after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so that you capture any kind of like long tail or any kind of remaining consumers that are just shopping to buy gifts. So there are essentially three kind of periods. Almost 39% of American consumers say they will start holiday shopping in October already, start browsing, start looking around, and adding to cart, but they might not have like click buy now. And of course they will wait for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where they take advantage of the promotions like Jin Liang mentioned earlier, so they get a better deal. And then subsequently, after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, they might still have some remaining kind of shopping so that they can give gifts for Christmas. So I would recommend keeping your ad campaigns on for 1 to 1.5 months after Black Friday, Cyber Monday as well. Yeah. So also just to recap, in Q4 last year, we actually saw that shoppers indicated that they will start buying early due to out of stock concerns, and they want to purchase new products and brands, from this entire season. So this is a great opportunity for you to actually keep in mind a few tips. Firstly, as Jin Liang mentioned right before, like my segment, right, ensure you have enough inventory. So once you go out of stock, you're missing a very big kind of a peak season type of sale boost. So, stock is actually quite important when it comes for Q4. Secondly, it's important for you to try ad types like sponsored display, where you can essentially reach new to brand consumers, so people who have never shopped your brand before. So there are a few tactics that I'll cover later in terms of that. And lastly, I think just it's a great opportunity for you to just reach and reach new consumers in general. So don't forget to advertise, and especially advertise your promoted ASINs, any ASINs that are on lightning deal, like coupons. Those are going to sell out faster. So of course, take advantage of that. Okay. So for your Q4 peak season strategy, we will cover preparation, the traffic peak, and then stage three, which is the continuation, the spurt, keeping your ads online for after even the peak season as well. So within preparation, it is everything that the goodies that like Jin Liang has been like feeding you in terms of the webinars, how to optimize your listings. Those are the preparation you need to do before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. When it comes to ads, it's then starting to increase your impressions. The KPI is impressions, not sales, because nobody will buy before the Black Friday comes, but they will definitely be browsing. So they will be exposed to your brand. They might even add it to cart. They just won't execute the sale right at the beginning. Secondly, for stage two, when it comes to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the most important thing is definitely to have the right budget, factor in enough budget so that you don't get your ad campaign shut off. Secondly, you want to start increasing your bids so that essentially everyone will be bidding and competitively, bidding for ads during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So to ensure you don't lose out, have enough budget, increase your bids 10 to 20%, and then basically optimize for conversion. And stage three is where, essentially you can start to wind down your bids, but don't shut off your ad campaigns, especially for your hero ASINs, because we know that consumers will definitely continue buying, especially for the gifting period, which is around Christmas time. Okay, so just for today, we will cover the broad kind of a strategy, some of the key points. Sellers can screenshot this, or you can refer this. Once you're preparing for your ad campaigns as well. um, the beginning phase, as I mentioned, is to increase traffic, increase people that are browsing your brand as well as your products. The goal here is impressions. You can also download reports and look for specific metrics, which is new to brand orders or new to brand sales. And then subsequently, in the traffic peak, you will want then to focus on, of course, converting to sales. Then here, the key KPIs to look at will be impression, the amount of clicks on your advertisements, the click-through rate, of course, that is essentially how many clicks you're getting out of the total impression you're getting. So if you are getting, for example, low click-through rate, then maybe something is wrong with your listing. It's not good enough versus your competitor. You might want to optimize it and take actions. And number four is, of course, converting. So essentially, doing a full funnel ad strategy with sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored display, employing offensive and defensive strategies to essentially capture all the sales that you can get. And then lastly, at the end, the spurt, driving sales during the Christmas holiday seasons and repurchase. Here you can employ, for example, remarketing tactics. So, for example, sponsored display, views, and purchase remarketing. And then you can create sponsored display campaigns essentially to get people to finally click on the buy now button. They could have just forgotten during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but they might still buy because it's Christmas. So here at the end period is where you can start to look at ACoS. You can lower some of your bids. For example, if you see some campaigns that didn't work during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you can start to reduce your bids for those and then reallocate your budget to very good performing campaigns, or you can create new sponsored display remarketing campaigns. So anyone who has been previously clicking or like browsing your products, they get reminded to buy essentially in the after period. So that is the three phases. So we actually noticed within Amazon that something unique to Q4, like which is the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas period, most of our sellers actually spend a bit more on ads. I think this is quite unique for a few reasons. I think especially in comparing it to Prime Day, you'll see that Prime Day is like a 2-day event, but of course with a 1.5-month period leading up towards it. However, Q4 is something a bit different because there is, of course, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then afterwards there is that gifting period. So you will naturally expect to spend a bit more on ads because I would say that there is also like a bit more events or consumer like kind of an online event for people to be shopping online. So this is to keep in mind, like for you to factor a bit more budget for your Q4. So whatever you spend for Prime Day, maybe you can increase it a little bit for Q4 to sustain you through the entire quarter. Yep. So the next segment is essentially, crafting the different type of goals that you want to have in Q4. So I'll cover through the different type of goals apart from just, yes, I know all the sellers want to sell a lot, make a lot of sales, earn a lot of money, but there is also a few other goals that we can employ during the Q4 period. So here, I think I would say here are kind of like the four kind of goals that we kind of have during the peak season. Firstly, it is that beginner phase. Like around early October, This is when you want to start generating traffic, because not everyone that is exposed to your ad is going to buy, but you want to cast a very big wide net to capture all opportunities possible. So here you can employ sponsored display ads, sponsored brand ads, which we call the upper funnel ads, where people are exposed to your ads. You show them your sponsored brand video, so they kind of see your brand story, they browse your brand store. And then secondly, is definitely improving purchase intent. So this is around the October phase leading up to early November. You want to ensure that your brand store is beautiful, is ready for the Q4. So you also might want to include a coupon type of a widget or a deals widget to your store, to ensure that people start preparing in advance for your stores as well. Update your visuals. Here you can continue running your sponsored display ads, and then, of course, drive conversion to purchase. This is definitely during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Here, you want to be aggressive with your sponsored product ads. So increase your bids, increase your budgets, appropriately, which we will cover in subsequent webinars or the seller meetups. And towards the end, which is late Q4, post around December, here is where again, you want to refresh your brand store maybe for Christmas season, and then of course continue running sponsored display as well as sponsored products. Don't turn off your ad campaign. You can definitely reduce your budget, reduce your bids towards the end period, but just don't turn it off completely, especially for your hero ASIN. So that's what we want to keep in mind. Yeah. So again, this is just a visual kind of a recap. Like you start from really generating traffic at the top of the funnel, then you slowly start increasing your traffic, your consideration, getting people to add to cart with very strong A+ content, very strong listings. Employ branded tools like your store, sponsored brand video, essentially to get people to really buy into your brand story, and start enjoying and buying into your brand. And then during the actual season itself, go hard with your sponsored products bidding. For example, take on a more aggressive bidding approach, especially for your hero ASINs. And then towards the end, essentially don't turn off your ad campaigns, reduce your budget and your bids, but don't turn it off completely, so you capture any leftover sales. Yeah. So again, this is just some internal Amazon research, like leading up towards the shopping event, even right now, even in September, in October, this is where a lot of shoppers browse. Essentially, they need inspiration to decide what to buy. They love to learn about new brands, so that is a great opportunity for our sellers. Most of the shoppers surveyed that they have an idea of what to buy. For example, if you're selling skincare, or if you're selling for example some home kind of a gifts like blankets, for example, they would just be looking for category keywords like home blankets, like cushion covers, or like sofa blankets. But they would definitely need inspiration, right? They don't A lot of consumers we survey don't immediately go in with the intent to buy one single brand and buy now. That is just a very small percentage. Most of the time, you want to capture the browsing people who are in a browsing mood. So number one, for our goal, where essentially you're at this lead up phase, you want to create your traffic sources. You want to increase your brand awareness during the preparation phase. So essentially what you want to do is to use sponsored display to attract customers that are outside of your category, to expand your customer list. So what this means is that you can actually target, for example, you can try product targeting. So for example, if I am selling essentially, like for example, sofa blankets, which is a popular gift overseas during the winter season, essentially you'll want to target, for example, sofas or any kind of home, home decor kind of a product. You can try to attract customers outside of your category. So if someone is browsing already, you can essentially expand your customer list to increase your brand awareness. Second quick tip is to strengthen your brand originality and increase your traffic. So here you want to use sponsored brands where you drive people to your store. So that sponsored brand store spotlight, as well as sponsored brand video, essentially to tell your nice brand story, right? Maybe you might be launching a new blanket, a new sofa blanket, a new gifting package, a new gifting bundle. You want to create, for example, a video to kind of highlight that. And then of course, you can really focus on your store. Your store is a free branded tool, and it's the place where there are no other competitors coming in to advertise on your kind of online real estate, right? So it is a great kind of a platform for you to put as many beautiful visuals, tell your brand story, to capture people there. And of course, we see that people who use multiple ad products, instead of just using sponsored product, if you add on a sponsored brands or sponsored display campaign, we actually see a lot of increase in new to brand customers. So basically, people who have never seen your brand before, you they convert to sales essentially over a 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day period. So it's a good try to essentially employ a full funnel ad strategy. Secondly, in terms of your goal, number two, when you want to basically increase consideration, get people to really start considering, I really want to buy, for example, Hui sofa blankets when it comes to Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Three quick tips. Firstly, do sponsored brand store spotlight. So again, driving people to your store. Secondly, use sponsored display, as I mentioned, to attract new to brand customers within the category. Number three, again, as I mentioned, use video creatives, because video creatives, they appear in the top of search result page as one big video. So it's very interactive. It appears, most of the time at the top of the search result page as well, within the first fold. So you get essentially people looking at your brand video, and it works very well for a lot of sellers. So you get higher click-through rate. You want to monitor your clicks and your click-through rate during this phase. And essentially, you'll be able to see and lock people into your brand by telling a really nice brand story as well. So I won't touch too much on this. Sellers can screenshot and pause the video if you want to refer, but the consideration phase is also where the preparation leading up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, which is now. This is the thing that you need to do now, which is the 11 best steps to help you get your best listing pages. So like take this as a checklist for sellers. Ensure your product titles are very good. All 11 steps that Jin Liang often covers in his webinars. Let's employ them, do a checklist, ensure you tick all the boxes for this 11 to ensure that for your ads, they are very effective and they get very, very high click-through rate. Yeah. So we also see that essentially internally we do Amazon research. We actually see that what are some listings, right, that actually really like go very far, like they lead to very high click-through rate, they lead to high sales even though they are new products, right? So essentially, I would like to call out two key things especially. Number one, it would be your ASIN images. It needs to be very, very high resolution. Like some quick tips. A lot of sellers ask me, you can get, services for, creating kind of a high quality hero images on, for example, freelancing websites like Fiverr. So, it's available online, or don't sell yourself short with very low resolution, blurry hero images. Secondly, employ A plus content. So we have quite a few webinars and playbacks on how to create very good and strong A plus content. So my advice to sellers is to shamelessly copy big brands in your category, big competitors. And if you are the big brand and the big competitor, then there's the sky is the limit, right? You can always play and experiment to employ beautiful A plus content and premium A plus content if you can qualify for it as well. So that is what we can do to optimize conversions and click-through rates. That is the tip for our sellers. Yeah. The other quick tip for our sellers is, it's time to try our sponsored brands video. So there's not just sponsored brands video, there's also sponsored display video. So we all highly encourage sellers essentially to, generate more traffic using video creatives. And we can touch on this in subsequent sessions. But yes, definitely video has been working very well for our Singapore sellers selling overseas. As I mentioned, it oftentimes appears at top of search result page. It's very interruptive, so you capture a lot of people, their attention, and leads to better click-through rates. So we can try. The quick tip here is that you might want to consider optimizing your videos for mobile only. So for example, TikTok, reels, these are stuff that the consumers are watching already. So you can experiment also with vertical video format, which is optimized for your mobile phones instead of just on a laptop. So that is also something that we need to pay attention to. Yep. I won't touch on this too long, but we have very strong research essentially to show that essentially Q4 is the season to capture a lot of new to brand customers, people who have never looked at your brand before, because it's the gifting season, because it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. This is where you want to pay attention to this KPI and this metric. Yep. And we also see that essentially advertisers who promoted their ASINs during the Q4 event with sponsored ads, they see higher consideration and higher sales as well. And also, the most interesting thing about advertising your ASINs, for example, I have sellers asking me if I have 50 different ASINs, do I have to advertise all 50 ASINs? You can refer to our kind of ASIN selection webinar playback from Prime Day, but no, you don't have to advertise all of your ASINs. I would say prioritize your hero ASINs, your ASINs that are, of course, with the highest sales and you have been selling for a long period of time. You can advertise those, because don't worry, there is something called a halo effect. So when you advertise your promoted ASINs, we tend to see that there is a halo effect. You tend to get more impressions and clicks on your non-promoted ASINs as well. It's also important when you advertise your store via sponsored brand store spotlight. It's also a good opportunity for you to have a halo effect on ASINs that are also not promoted, because you can link all your ASINs onto your store as well. Yeah. So number three, of course, this is exactly during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Of course, we will touch on this closer towards the event itself. But to keep in mind, essentially, how do we convert traffic? Convert all these people that have previously browsed or are browsing your products, how to get them to buy and drive sales. This is where we want to employ the offensive as well as defensive strategy, which is where you combine your sponsored products together with sponsored display, essentially. So the offensive strategy is that you want to target, for example, like your competitor brands which you think you can fight very well, and you want to eat into your competitor space and steal traffic from them. And similarly, you want to defend your hero ASINs. So you have your hero ASINs, you want to prevent your product detail page from being invaded by other random brands that are unrelated to you. So you want to prevent that leaking away of traffic by essentially targeting with your own brands. Have your lower sale brand product target onto your hero brand. So essentially you defend your product detail page, and we can cover this at a later stage, but that's to keep in mind. The second thing is definitely is to maintain sufficient budget. The most unfortunate thing is that Black Friday, Cyber Monday is roughly only 2 days, 2 to 3 days. So you wouldn't want essentially to really kind of have your ad campaign shut off, because it shuts off for one entire day if you go out of budget. So of course you want to maintain sufficient budget. Secondly, you want to set your bid amounts appropriately. So whatever is the Amazon recommended bid amount, increase it 10 to 20%. If it's an existing ad campaign, then of course you want to compare it to your cost per click. you can download the report or you can look at Ads Console. You look at cost per click. If you are under the cost per click, you might want to increase your cost per click, especially if the ad campaign is currently generating clicks or sales for you. So essentially, that is our 3 quick tips, as an overview for our ad strategy when you want to convert to sales. Yeah. So the key point here is, during the 3 days or the 2 days of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, really here I would say focus on your sponsored products when it comes to budgeting, targeting, and bidding. Essentially, you want to set budget appropriately. Don't go out of budget. So we have a budget page on Ads Console. So there it will tell you which of your ad campaigns are going to be out of budget. Any kind of estimated missed sales, please keep in mind and increase your budget. Targeting here, we want sellers to really be able to do manual and automatic targeting and optimize your ad placements. You might want to adjust your bid. So we have sellers who told me during the peak campaign period, you see that oftentimes most of your sales maybe come from the top of search results page. So there is an option for you to bid even more aggressively for the top of search result page. There is a function on Ad Console. So you can actually increase your bid when it's most likely going to come from a sale from a top of search result page, upwards of 900%. That is a tactic that we can actually try. Bidding wise, choose dynamic bids up and down, especially for your hero asins, the asins that you have that are your cash cow, that is your money maker. You want to be more aggressive with it. And then for new products, essentially, before leading up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, do fixed bids or down only to kind of like keep track of the performance. So that is our tip for sponsored products. Yep. So here is a summary, in terms of the peak season setting. When it comes to automatic targeting, you want to optimize the matching method, select all 4 and bids in advance, and complete all your setup 1 week prior to Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I would say that it's important not to shut off your automatic targeting, and it's not good to keep turning it on and off, because automatic targeting is an algorithm, getting Amazon algorithm to find kind of like the top search terms that people are searching for or the top products that they are looking at. So it's important to keep it running as an always on, so you capture the latest trends. Then how you can optimize essentially is to take your category keywords, product feature keywords, and branded keywords into a hero kind of a ad group for your hero asins. And then secondly, you want to reduce your bids and your budgets for long tail keywords, which are, you get kind of like stable sales here and there, but you don't see the sales increasing. So here, this is like kind of your second priority bucket. You can download your search term reports, any kind of search term that still has sales, but you don't see it growing over a 2-week period. You can put it into a second ad group and optimize your budget ad spend. And of course, secondly, we can of course try manual targeting, product targeting. So this again, as I mentioned, is to target your category. Here, product targeting is great for any kind of a defensive strategy or offensive strategy. So you can target your own products, get your kind of not so well selling products, and tag it on to your best selling products. So you create that halo effect as well. So this is the kind of like 3 key tips for sponsored products during the peak season. As I mentioned, automatic targeting, right? We have 4 matching methods: close match, loose match. You want to select all. And of course, as I mentioned, you want to monitor the changes in your customer search volume within the market. So you want to download your search term reports regularly, maybe every single week leading up towards Black Friday, Cyber Monday, to see the top search terms, top clicks, top impressions, and top sales, the 3 highs. So high impression, high clicks, and high sales. You want to monitor them, ensure that there hasn't been any like big changes. If there are big changes, it means that there is a new trend for that search term, and you can put it into your hero kind of a manual campaign, and increase your budget, increase your bids for everything with the three highs, the three: high impression, high click, high sales. So this is where you farm essentially your keywords for your manual targeting. So this is where we can look for new keywords and new product targeting from your search term report. Yep. So essentially for conversion, what you want to do is, essentially convert traffic you generate from your search page and your product detail pages, and convert it to become, like hit product purchasers. So from the match type, you want to use match types with very high conversion. So if you look at the four match types, as you see previously: close match, loose match, substitutes, and complements. The first two are keyword targets. So, for example, if close match conversion is higher, you can actually increase the budget. So, I wouldn't recommend turning off all four, for example, or any of the four, but you can start increasing your bids or your budgets on the match type that is working well for you. Secondly, if you are launching a new product, so for example, you are an existing brand, or I'm already selling already maybe for 1 year plus, but you are launching new product before Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you should be using all four match types simultaneously to generate as much traffic as possible. And if you have a different goal, so these are some of the goals that I've met sellers with. You have some products that you cannot clear, right? You want to clear your inventory during the peak season. If substitutes are low in A cost, you want to look at your A cost performance. If your advertising cost is not too high, substitutes especially, as you see previously, then you want to keep substitutes on and increase the budget for this match type. So that's something that we can try for any products that we want to clear our inventory for. For keywords and biddings, when you switch to manual targeting, um, there are a few kind of keywords we can kind of take a look at. So the first is the long tail keywords. So these are keywords, that are very, very specific. For example, warm sofa blanket with sheep wool. This is a very, very specific type of long tail keywords. You see that there is not too high impressions, but it's very strong click-through rate, and there also strong sales. You want to create a separate ad campaign for your long tail keywords, because they are still working in a way. Their click-through rate is acceptable. There are sales, but they are very specific keywords. They can also be related to your brand. So it can be hui qi sofa blanket with sheep wool. So you want to create a long tail keyword manual campaign. And here you want to monitor the performance. If you are continuing getting sales, you want to maintain your bid at the Amazon recommended bid level or 10% higher. Secondly, we will also have general keywords like category keywords, product characteristic keywords, right? Here you will notice that oftentimes it will be more expensive essentially, because you are fighting with the entire category, bidding for example, sofa blanket. There's so many different types of sofa blanket. So here you want to be keep in mind, take a look at the impressions. Is it generating a lot of impressions for you or not really? And then of course balance it with your click-through rate as well as your sales. I would say that it depends on the seller's category. This is something that you need to monitor over a 2-week period. If it's working for you, you would also want to separate this out into a separate ad campaign, and allocate appropriate bidding budgeting for it. So if it's working for you, then be aggressive with it. But if it's not working for you, these are some of the keywords that we can reduce our bid and reduce our budget on, if it's not working for you. The third thing that we want sellers to keep in mind is that I think the end of year is also a good way to experiment with holiday keywords. So you can, like take a look at, if you have a gift or a bundle set, you can tag on holiday keywords like Christmas, for Christmas, into kind of like your product titles, or in terms of your search term selection as a keyword. So you capture essentially people just browsing for a gift or a bundle. So that's something that we can think about for our sellers. Of course, when it comes to bidding, definitely take a look at the system recommended bid for your hero asins or anything that is working for you with high impression, high clicks, and high sales. You want to increase the Amazon suggested bid by 10 to 20%. And step two is, of course, adjusting the bidding strategies based on your ad goals. So, for example, long tail keywords, I would say, like create a separate ad group, and of course, monitor the results. For general keywords that may not be working for you, you can actually either turn off the campaign if they are totally not working for you, or you can include it as a negative targeting keyword. Yeah. So as I mentioned, when it comes to keywords and bids, long tail keywords like a dimmable LED table lamp, black color, they should be used as main keywords. These are something that we can use for exact match manual targeting. Secondly, for general keywords, where we have category keywords, like just table lamp or LED table lamp, no specific brands here. They are very large in scope. They cover too many consumer needs. Here you can select either exact match or phrase match under manual targeting. Especially search keywords with high performance, high impression, high click, high sales, then you want to select either exact or phrase match and increase the bids. And as I mentioned, for your seasonal holiday keywords, like wireless earbuds Black Friday, yeah, wireless earbuds on sale, uh, keywords like exclusive or discount. Here we can combine it as a phrase match and exact match combined with your long tail keywords, essentially to capture anyone looking for a quick discount on your sale. And you should be advertising your ASINs that are on coupon discounts, PED discounts, lightning discounts. So this is where you can implement this keyword as well. Yep. So for your ad type, focus on matching with high conversions in your placement reports when it comes to just converting for sales. If you are actually just launching a new product before Cyber Monday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, what you can do is actually to adjust your bidding for top of search exposure, so that essentially you get your new product on the top of search result page, essentially to capture more traffic. And of course, essentially, when it comes to clearing your inventory during the peak season, you can take a look at where there is very low A cost. It can be in terms of certain ad placements or certain keywords with very low A cost, but relatively good clicks, impressions, as well as maybe even sales. Then here you can essentially help to clear your inventory during the peak season. Yep. So as I mentioned, for our sellers, we should try using dynamic bids up and down. It leads to higher conversion. This is especially, for your high performing ASINs, high performing campaigns. Here you don't have to start a new campaign. You can just adjust your bidding setting in terms of up and down bidding. Yep. And a lot of sellers ask me what is the difference, right? Like, how do I select up and down? Should I select fixed bids, or should I select dynamic bids down only? So for the peak season period, I would say hero asins do up and down, which is prefer up and down. For your star asins, hero asins, your cash cow. For fixed bids, we recommended it for new product launches before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And this is really just to increase the impressions on your campaigns. And then subsequently, for dynamic bids down only, which is a more conservative approach, we select this dynamic bids for products that you want to clear inventory, but they might not necessarily be your hero asins, where you are essentially targeting your targeting either your slightly long tail, low sales kind of products, or any kind of low budget, low A cost campaigns, you can select dynamic bids down only. Okay, sorry, this segment is a little bit packed, but I hope the tips will be useful for our sellers. So when it comes to your ad goals, as I mentioned, for conversion, especially for your star sales, select dynamic bids up and down, which is an aggressive bidding strategy. Number two, if you have a new product launch, you want to generate a lot of traffic, do fixed bid strategy and adjust your bids for placement, so top of search placement. So you basically stick your new product at the top of the search results page and get a lot of impressions, a lot of eyeballs on it. And if you have products that you cannot clear, you really, really want to clear your stock during the peak season, this is where you can try to conserve your budget a little bit with a more conservative bidding approach, which is dynamic ads bidding down only strategy. Yeah. So over here, you can see that essentially, when it comes to manual targeting, there is also product targeting. Essentially, you will see that there are two types of product targeting under manual targeting. There is category targeting, where essentially you are targeting a broad category. For example, LED lights, the whole category of LED lights. It's a bit broad, or you have the flexibility to target basically individual selected products that you need to essentially select on the ads console. So I would say, monitor the performance in terms of, where you are getting very good impressions from. If you can get good impressions from category targeting, category keywords, category products, then employ that. Individual products, I would recommend, essentially, you want to target maybe your own products. Essentially to create that closed loop of traffic on your product detail pages. So you use your worst selling ASIN, not really worst, but not so good selling ASIN, and you individually product target your hero ASIN. So that's how you create that closed loop of traffic. Yeah. So just as a recap, here you will see for your conversion, for your hit products, your star products, you can try targeting products with low traffic, or you can target complementary products. So for example, if I'm selling a mouse, I can actually target, for example, a high traffic kind of like popular laptops, basically to kind of get any kind of traffic, remind people that are buying laptops, hey, you also need to buy mouse. So that's kind of the tactic when it comes to individual targeting. Category targeting is a second priority for your hit products. After ASIN targeting, you can manage your category targeting with very high conversion. Only if there's high conversion, then you can consider. For traffic generation, for new ASINs, how essentially you want to get more exposure, right? So you basically tag on your products with high traffic. As I mentioned, if you're launching a new mouse, you want to maybe target, for example, a MacBook, or a Asus, for example, whichever is more relevant to your mouse, so that you steal some high traffic and get people to remind themselves to buy a mouse together with their laptops as a complementary product. And in terms of category targeting, you can drive more exposure with category targeting. So this is recommended for new product launch because it's still new. You want to capture more awareness. For your inventory clearance goal, you cannot sell this product. You really want to clear it during the peak season. You can do individual product targeting, as I mentioned. You use this to be cleared inventory product, target it with your own high selling ASIN, essentially. So you create closed loop of traffic, and maybe someone will actually also buy your inventory product, essentially. Target your ASIN with low A cost. So this is how you manage, create a closed loop of traffic. Yeah. So the next phase is definitely budget for your high traffic days. The key takeaway here for our sellers is, right, when it comes for your preparation stage, leading up towards Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I would say 1 to 2 days before your Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we should be increasing our budget 2 to 4 times more than your typical daily budget. This is because we expect a lot of people to rush to the Amazon website. For Singaporean seller, they will all chiong to the Amazon website on the day itself to check out. So it is very highly likely that they will click on your ads on the day due to the high influx of people coming in, and you might actually go out of budget. So to be safe, you want to factor 2 to 4 times more than your typical daily budget and prepare yourself for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. For your bids, whatever is the Amazon suggested bid or your current bid, you especially for your hero ASINs, you will want to increase 10 to 30% higher than that bid, essentially, so that again you don't lose out. Your ad gets shown to the consumers that are ready to buy on the day itself. So this, please keep in mind for our sellers. Prepare right before the Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Don't forget, increase your budget, increase your bids. Yep. And then going towards the lead out phase, again, ads, what they use for is essentially to remind our sellers, our consumers that are shopping to repurchase. So, it's very highly likely they will repurchase. So don't turn off your ad campaigns. Right. So how do we actually do remarketing? This is after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all the way to the end of the year. What we can do essentially, we see that 2 out of 3 holiday season shoppers continue to shop even after Black Friday, Cyber Monday ends. So as I mentioned, don't turn off your ad campaigns, especially your high performing ad campaigns. You can reduce your budget, you can reduce your bid to pre Black Friday, Cyber Monday levels, but don't turn it off completely. Don't pause it as well. Secondly, you can meet any kind of potential customers again. So people previously, leading up to the entire event, people will be clicking, people will be viewing kind of your ads. You can actually retarget them again with sponsored display, via views and purchase remarketing, sponsored display function, essentially to remind them to buy. And then of course, the lead out phase is also a good opportunity for you to take a look at your store, take a look at any reports, take a look at your product detail pages. You want to update them with the latest information, update your store as well. Maybe change the deals widget to maybe gifting widget, for example. That could be an idea. You want to optimize your sponsored product ads for ASINs with very high repurchase rates, and new products, to boost your performance. And of course, update your brand store. So as I mentioned, you can just optimize the deals page to a gifting page, or maybe even a bestseller widget. So you just update your store, essentially to get people to kind of continuously be interested in your stores. Have customers revisit your store, and potentially also boost your sales. Yep. So retarget customers. Not only you can target people who have previously clicked on it, you can even target, for example, complementary products, right? So maybe a sofa, someone might be looking for cushion cover, someone might be looking for, maybe even candles, during the winter period. For example, you can explore targeting complementary products, similar products or related products, just to see whether we can capture any long tail sales after the season. Yep. So just to recap, as a key takeaway, for our sellers, leading up towards Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you want to combine the different ad types, so sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored display, with the different tactics I've outlined previously, to help you target customers, increase your traffic, and then of course increase your sales. Secondly, during the Black Friday, Cyber Monday itself, you need to ensure that you have sufficient budget. I think this is the most important key takeaway I want sellers to remind themselves of. Don't go out of budget because your ad campaigns will stop and it's a wasted opportunity. So you can set budget rules during the traffic peak season. And thirdly is, keep your campaign on, so you continuously gather more data, and also you get to target any kind of like Christmas shoppers, holiday, post Black Friday, Cyber Monday shoppers, and capture additional sales for yourself after the event. So this is the 3 key takeaways. Yep. And I will hand myself over back to Jin Liang and Vin for important dates for the Q4 season.
I'm going to continue what are the important dates, and then we move on to the live Q&A. Right, just bear with me for a few minutes. All right, so the first two, I think we can ignore already. The date has passed, and then we actually went through during the first two series. So to take note, like I mentioned earlier on, the Prime Big Deal Day, Prime Exclusive Discount begins on 21st of the August. All right, so if you log into Seller Central and you go to create a coupon, you can see the notice actually appearing as well. So as a side note as well, for those who want to participate in the BFCM, if you have eligible ASIN, you can also start to submit any deals for Black Friday, Cyber Monday as well. Now for the dates that's important to mention is the FBA inbound cutoff date. So for your goods to be eligible, or if you're running any promotion during the Prime Big Deal Day, the cutoff date is 14 September. So I think right now it's probably too late already if you go by shipping, but if you have other means of shipping in through the air shipping or express shipping, it might still be in time. As for the cutoff date for the BFCM, all right, if you are planning to run promotions during the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the cutoff date is 19 October. So remember, the cutoff date means that your products needs to reach the Amazon US fulfillment center, the warehouse, on the dates. All right, not the Singapore warehouse, it's the Amazon US fulfillment center. When you create your shipment plan, the designated warehouse will be shown, the address, and then you use the address to ship in your products. All right, last but not least, we do have a good guide here on the peak season strategy guide. Over there, you can see some of the more tips and seller case studies, and also some other FAQs. If you're interested, do feel free to go to the link. I will share the link on the video description as well, so don't worry about it. All right, and on Seller University, you can also find more information if you like to read about or go more in depth into certain topics. So these are all the links that we share today, and I will share in the video description as well. Now, I don't see any other questions during the registration. So if you put in some question and I miss it out, please do let us know now. We will be addressing any questions that you may have. So let me look at what are the questions that we have right now. Thank you. So over here, yep, any questions you have regarding ads or any other things about merchandising, etc., you can ask right now. We have Rain, the account manager, who is here from ads team, and myself from the education team to help out here. So there are some other communities. If you have not joined, do remember to join our Facebook seller community, right? And then to watch the recording, do go to the recording link over here. We have other upcoming sessions that you might be interested for the month of August. So do register right now on our official webinar page if you're interested in. All right. So I don't see any more further questions. So if you do still have other questions, do feel free to join any of our live webinar session to ask our presenters on the relevant topic, or you can also reach out to your account manager if you know who your account managers are. All right. So thank you everyone for your time. Thanks to the presenter Hui Qian and Rin for joining me. We'll see you at the next live webinar session. Thank you everyone. Goodbye.